we're good to be appointed. Cool. Okay, so we're gonna call the meeting to order at 7:01. There is no one from the public here, so we won't have any public comment.
And Jenna, can I jump in, please?
Yeah.
This is often when I like to take a roll call because I can't see
Oh,
everyone in the room.
absolutely. Yes.
So maybe Jenna, you would start, and would you go clockwise?
Sure. Jenna Court.
Deanne Campbell.
Thank you.
Angelina Malazzi.
Jean Osowski.
Hi, Jean.
Hi. Ruth Cohn.
Hi, Ruth.
Trisha Devine.
Hi, Trisha.
And Dee Maria and Janine Cisco. Hi.
Great. Thank you so much. So we're just missing Allison and Claire.
Allison can't be here because of sickness or illness, and then Claire is away at a concert or something, so she couldn't make it.
Okay. And I see Ted and I are on Zoom. Thank you. Thank you, Jenna.
Sure. So we can go ahead and look over the minutes from last month's meeting. Patrick, I just had one change. I wasn't at the meeting, so I'm marked present, but I was absent for that.
Okay.
So, I don't know if anybody that was at the meeting had any questions or comments.
Allison was on Zoom. There needs to be a second L added to Annie's name in the roster on the first page.
Oh, yes.
And then the question regarding the motion as item 8 that you sent in your email earlier. I made a motion to accept the annual report.
Ah, that's what it was. Thank you. Okay, so any other comments from anyone on the meeting minutes? Well, then I would make a motion to adopt the meeting minutes with the edits that I was just told. That's my motion.
My second. Trish. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So we'll go on to payment of the bills. Ted, did you have anything specific that you wanted to bring up?
Not really. You pretty much have, as you can see, it's a long list this time.
Yeah, there's a lot.
But
What?
no,
Why is that? Why is that? It's totaling 38,429, and that's higher than usual. Anything special you can tell us, Ted?
it depends sometimes on when the first of the month comes. Of course, that determines when the board meets. And if it goes towards the end, you got a whole pile of bills that have to go.
Ah,
Oh, but this time we did have a lot of bills. And we had also a lot of the summer grants.
That's, yeah.
Summer reading program and the camps.
Summer reading program.
So
So-
that significantly.
Insurance.
Yeah, so all the camp programs are on here.
Mm-mm.
Oh, we had an insurance payment due that's not a monthly thing, that's a, okay.
And then the Mid-Hudson bill.
finish that sentence, please.
The Mid-Hudson bill, there's some large invoices in from insurance and the Mid-Hudson payments. The summer reading or the summer entertainment bills all came in because we have to pay those in bulk to get them done in time. So there's some large payments.
Was there something unusual about Mid-Hudson that causes
No.
you to mention it? No?
Mm.
Okay.
No, it was one of the larger bills that was in this pile too. So
Okay.
And I know before the meeting, it was brought up that the 2 items in red for the DVDs, can you clarify, Dee? So they've been paid, or they've been purchased, we just are waiting for an invoice to actually pay it?
correct.
Okay. So, no questions? So we need to make a motion to approve.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve CapBot 260721 F as in Frank in the total amount of $38,000, $38,429.31.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
aye,
Okay, so we'll move on to the reports. So we have the
You have to
financial
do the other
reports.
one. You have to do the financial.
Oh,
report.
you're right. Sorry. Wait,
You just did the payment of the bills. Now you have to do the finance.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we're moving on to the financial report. Yeah. Do you have any comments about that, Ted?
I do.
Okay.
2 quickies. I made a mistake and we received the Goldman Sachs. It was a grant. It was not a donation.
Okay.
And it's reflected in the report that you have on the revenue side. So the 20,000 was removed out of the corporate donations and put into the grants.
Oh, I
The
see.
second thing is, I want to thank the Friends for the $1,000 snack grant. And we're going to call it Friends Hospitality 26. The year.
Okay.
I have a couple of questions, short questions on these 2 reports. The first one, sort of high level, I look at the expense report and I see at the very bottom right corner that we're around 50, we're at 56.26% of our annual percentage of what we've budgeted. So I take comfort in that. And then when I go to look through it, I see on the miscellaneous item, we are 5 times our budget. And when I look at the equipment costs, we are 92.5% of our annual budget. Can I ask anyone on the call to shed some light on why our miscellaneous costs are already at half of a year, 5 times what we budgeted for the whole year? And a similar question about equipment costs.
The $100 was the only thing that you approved for the budget. If I can get back to you,
Sure,
that would be much more than me trying to run through this whole thing now because I
Sure.
have to go into my records.
but you make a good point. We approved 100, so that's why that's in there. And our reality is we're higher than that now. So I just think, it would be responsible for us to ask the question and get
I
to the
will
bottom
give
of
you
it.
an answer now, maybe later on in this meeting, and I'll respond to it. But I don't want to respond to it without going through the records.
That's fine. That's fine. I appreciate it. And similarly, I just want to point out on the good news, in the prior report of the revenue report, we are already at 175.9% of our budgeted $5,000, and our entire total revenue is already after only 6 months of operations, we're at more than 100% of what we've budgeted. So I'm not going to ask questions about that. I'm never going to complain about more revenue than we had conservatively budgeted for. But yeah, Ted, if you could give us any intel on that, and if it doesn't have to happen in this meeting, we could do it later. But that does ask me to ask the question. Oh wait, and there's sorry, there are 2 more reports. There's the account report.
Patrick, can I piggyback before you move on to that one? Just
Sure.
what you were saying about the expense report. So like for miscellaneous as an example, right, at 500%. One of the things that I'd be curious about is like what we kind of are purchasing that's considered miscellaneous, because if we identify certain things that have come up under that category, and then we can organize them in a different part of the budget, maybe to like account for other categories. That's just a thought.
It was whatever it was is probably a very weird thing.
It doesn't fit under anything else?
It was yeah, it was, and I don't remember what it was, but
Okay,
we can
that's why I'd
find
just
out.
be curious.
I remember us talking about it, and it was one of those weird one-off things.
Yeah,
So,
okay,
We have I brought this up in the past on the suggestion of taking the miscellaneous line item out completely.
Hmm.
Ted's suggestion was not to do that specifically for those really wonky things that
Mhm.
really don't fit into anything.
Mhm.
obviously what happened
and-
this month.
And just for context, yes, it's 500%, but it's a very, very, very tiny minuscule part of our budget.
Good point. Good
Um,
point. Very, very fair point.
So
Very
it's,
good point.
it's,
It's not a material, it's not a material number. Thanks.
And
Thanks for that reality check.
but if you look at it, you know, our total expenses are a little bit higher, but that's also, we haven't received our $8,000 from the reimbursement from the county either. So we're still due $8,000 for wages and things to be reimbursed. So that'll drop that down 3%.
Okay.
sorry, Patrick, you had a question about the account report too?
I did not. I was just,
Oh, okay.
I realized that there was another account report, and I know that the next thing that we need to vote on is to accept the reports. And I'm not trying to rush the team. If anyone has a comment on the account report, let's talk about it. But I was wondering if we should postpone approving these reports until the end of the meeting when Ted can revert to us. But now that Ethan points out that this is a non-material amount of money, I think after people have commented on the account reports, if any, we can approve these. We don't need to wait for such a small amount of money to be picked apart. That's what I was going to say.
So we need a motion to approve the financial report.
motion.
Ethan,
All in
Ruth,
favor? Okay,
thank you.
I do not have anything. I know the only comment I had from Claire would go more under the 414 fundraising, so we'll skip the president report. So we'll move on to the friends report, unless you.
Oh, she wanted you to mention she took the form to.
Oh, I didn't know if that would go more under the other. Okay.
Oh, maybe it would. I don't know.
Well, we'll bring it up now. Okay, that's fine. All right, so the only update I have from Claire is that she wanted to share that she dropped off the petition that we went over on Saturday at our emergency meeting. She dropped them off with Madeline this morning. She should have it to the Board of Elections on Thursday. That's what she thinks at this point. So that's the only update we have right now.
Did she happen to say if Madeline accept, like I know that we try to get additional signatures just in case some of them are wrong. I would imagine Madeline did not have time today to say to her, yes, this is perfect. Did she say anything about that?
Not in this message. So she didn't say anything separate to you, right? Yeah. So no, we don't know.
Okay. Nothing to worry about, I'm sure. Thanks.
Okay. All right, so we'll move on to the friends report. Jean, do you have anything?
Well, as you know, we don't meet July and August, first of all. But I did notice from the summer camp program for this week that the Friends paid for the reptile show.
That's great.
So, and I've been running around collecting gift cards for the summer reading, adult summer reading. And I've gotten 2.
Okay.
Stopped running around today with the weather.
Yeah, not a good day to run around. Okay.
So I think that's all right now.
Jean, I just didn't hear one thing. You were
Did
saying
they-
that, Jean, you were saying that with respect to the summer camp, the Friends paid for something. What did they pay for?
The reptile program.
They gave $1,000. They gave $1,000 and we applied that towards, I think 3 of the 6. They paid for 3 of the 6 programs that we're presenting to the summer camp.
Thank you.
Yeah.
New Jersey State.
He's great. I've seen him.
Yeah.
Very, very animated. Do we have to approve that report even though it's not? No, okay, all right, so we move on then, okay, to the director's report.
Yeah, the only things that we need to vote on are the ones with asterisks on them.
I
So,
see.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was our little signal.
Thank you.
Okay, director's report. Summer reading is in full swing. We've been very pleased with the participation rates. We've got a lot of kids. We've had, what, a dozen, maybe, or almost a dozen, have finished their sheets, the summer reading sheets.
It's kind of close to it.
Close to 10, something like
Yeah.
that. Kids have received the grand prize. We still have more signups going on. We've got online versions as well as people can come in and bring them in, so it made it easy for everybody to do it. We had to make, the response was so great with the kids, we had to reorder like twice, bags and books 3 times. The summer camp visits we had our second one yesterday. It's been interesting and we're very grateful for the basement space. Oh my goodness, are we grateful for that basement space. I invite y'all to look at it afterwards if y'all would like a tour. But we've had 75 kids last week, 60 this week, 67 this week.
Is that what you mean by interesting?
Well,
I mean, the
it's,
large number?
no, it's fine. We're just trying to find activities for them to do and things like that. So,
What time
But
do they come
they're all
over?
coming from the camp.
yeah, they're coming from the camp. They come from 2 to 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they come, and then they leave here. So I'm here.
I was wondering how many are in camp are enrolled each week.
Well, that's what, like, for Monday, that was, the previous Monday was 75, this Monday was 67, it varies. It varies.
Yeah.
So. The first week it rained and we had to haul all their backpacks inside and put them downstairs and find places to put them, so logistics, you know. Let's see, we're still working on a CPR first aid training, I'm still trying to work on that. The wilderness first aid, I'm still working on that, trying to find, I need to get some scholarships for that. There's some people that want to attend and we're gonna have to find some scholarships for that.
How much does that cost a spot? 500?
250,
Oh,
I
that's-
believe,
okay.
something like that.
Okay.
We have a dementia care August 5th program that's coming up from 11 to 12:30. It's gonna be given by, some people from Gear who are in Connecticut. We're really looking forward to this. We're having teen baking lessons on August the 17th, no, 18th, excuse me, 18th. From 3 to 5.
Who's putting that on?
Alex Bass
Oh.
from Dungeons and Dragons.
That's great.
He's a baker in training.
Bake.
Yeah, we're baking upstairs.
Like I said, banking.
No, baking cookies for
Of
the
course
teachers. Scanning project ongoing, trustee education is ongoing.
Yeah.
And I'd like y'all to look at the statistics, our usage.
Oh, wait, did you skip over? I know you mentioned that you haven't gotten money from the grant.
Yeah,
Are you not getting a response from the county? Do you need like another contact?
I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm doing my contact with them and I've heard from other people that it takes forever to get these reimbursement grants. So this is just normal, apparently.
Okay,
Painful,
This
but
is what they
normal.
do across.
cause I like, I could find some connections if you need some, just let me know.
I really don't know what it's just a process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see. So yeah, the youth development program grant is, we've not received. The ALA grant, I did the final report on June 30th. And, everything else is ongoing. But our statistics, our usage statistics, it's really, we are really doing well.
Yeah.
So from 24 to 25, this part of the year, we were 22% above the previous year. This year, we're 23% above last year. So we have
Wow.
just really done a really good job. The team has worked really hard and we've got a lot of good feedback from people. So our circulation numbers are improving somewhat. I imagine this by this month, they're improving a little bit as well.
I haven't run the stats in like a week and a half,
Okay,
but we seem to be kind of on track.
okay. Canopy's not being used as much, but that's fine. I don't care. And Hoopla, I don't care either. We just provide those. Overdrive prices are still out of this world. I mean, I was looking today, I was joking as I was trying to buy things for the end of July, that, oh, they're gonna have prices of they're like $105 for this one thing. I said, what are they gonna do? $110.99? Well, sure enough, they did. The next thing I looked at was $110.99. Who, what kind of prices are that? Anyway, anybody have any questions about anything?
No?
As the card holders keep getting finessed around by Mid Hudson, our numbers have steadily increased by 10 or so a month, maybe a little less. Is that from Mid Hudson's finessing, or is that from people coming in and actually getting cards for themselves, their kids?
If they're improving, if they're increasing, then they're coming here.
Yeah,
normally.
Okay.
well, it could be, so what Mid Hudson's finessing is doing is, for the very big change was mass deletion. That was where we took the really big
Mhm.
hit. The stat that they're really working on in the background is one that I don't use for this report because it's so easy to get wrong. So, the one I use is home library. So where do you want your stuff sent? Where are you most likely to go? We could use P-type, which is supposed to be based on where you're taxed,
Mhm.
but again, because of places like
Doesn't work here.
Hamilton, Elizabeth, it can be a real mess. I figure Mid Hudson is working on that, so if they do get to a point where everything's settled, then I think it's certainly something we could add or swap the home library out for, but I figure the home library will be the most stable and reflective of who's coming in.
So this is people coming here,
Yep.
signing up for cards. Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Do you know any questions on my report?
I don't know.
Okay.
So we need a motion to approve the director's
So
report?
Amy needs to.
Emma, so-
Yeah, she has a little.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm not on the overview, so sorry.
Take it away.
Alright.
Not trying to.
So we added 76 physical items to the catalog. 11 of them are unique to Pine Plains, and unique does mean that they are either in a very specific format like large print versus a traditional print. I don't distinguish softcover from hardcover. That doesn't impact your usage necessarily. And they're usually put together, but large print, both on CD, DVD, anything like that. And if we have the only copy, which has come up quite a few times, that's what that unique means. For our program, we have added an additional English tutoring class every week. Documentation, as Dana's already mentioned, if I could get a signed conflict of interest and ethics certification from everyone ASAP, that would be amazing. Thank you. The next one is, so the general. We've had a lot of people talk about confusion about events in the community center versus the library itself. I realized Google Maps will let you make a place. So I made the community center. So now if people want directions to the community center, that's what it says. I did email you, Mrs. Cisco, about that, because there's a section that says like claim this business, and I figure someone at the town might want to claim it to make sure nobody else is editing it falsely or something.
So probably it should be in Madeline.
Probably.
And so how will she know how to do that?
I don't know, but I can walk her
Can
through
you
if she
talk
needs.
to her?
Absolutely, yeah.
Thank you.
But I'm hoping that will cut down on confusion, as I said. Then one more, okay, I didn't put this in because I forgot about it and I apologize, but I wanted to add a bit more praise for Deanne and her push for accessibility. Our signage in the nonfiction section was funded by someone because we were talking about how we're trying to make the library more accessible, and they were a big fan of that, so they paid for all of that signage. So some of that fundraising came from
Cool.
someone very much a fan of what we're doing here. Right, and that's, I think, everything from me. Yeah, versus policy review. Which, do we want to do that now?
Before you start, can you send an email to the trustees for whom you do not have a signed conflict of interest and
Yes.
ethics certification? I think I gave you one, but I don't know.
I think it's the first thing. If you're not-
Maybe.
Say, but I'll double check in the back, and if I can't find it, I'll send it.
Thank you.
And I believe Mid Hudson does suggest that these be done yearly.
Motion to approve the director's report.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
So then policy review,
I think we'll do facilities first,
is that
right? Because
okay?
policy reviews are a little further down.
We usually do
Oh.
facilities now.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, and mine is still under mine, so.
Oh, that's okay. That's why
fine.
I'm like,
That's
so yeah, I know facilities isn't long, so.
I am first.
We installed the slat walls. I thank my husband and my son for installing the slat walls. We had more slat walls to go, but and we moved the TV stand downstairs, so I appreciate their help very, very much. The basement, we've made great strides with the basement. Cheyenne's done an amazing job getting things organized and it's fluid as we figure out what we can do with the space, as we move things around, and we've been adding lights. So that's another expense we've had is some lighting up there. We've got lighting that can be used either you can hardwire it or plug it in with a cord. Right now we're plugging in with cord until we can figure out what we want to do with that, what we're able to do. It's made a huge difference. So
Or is that, so any costs to like redo the basement space, right, to accommodate the kids, is that something the libraries incur, or is that the
I've
town?
incurred that, yeah,
Okay.
I've incurred anything that we can, like. Lights aren't really a consumable, but that would be, that we needed that, absolutely was desperate for that, could not wait for that at all.
Can you keep a separate spreadsheet
Yes.
of everything that goes into the basement
Sure.
for informational purposes?
Yes.
Yes.
Please and thank you.
I'm getting some good prices on lights. Anyway,
Okay.
Good.
and cheap labor to install. So, but that's been a major push this whole time. We've moved some things around that we still need a dumpster to get, and it's gonna be a major deal to get rid of those pads that are cut up, the mats that are cut up, but everything else we've got, we're doing the best we can with that in there. It's made, we had a lot of kids, we've got the town camp kids in there, summer kids clubs going, we are using it every single day that we're open. So we've moved Dungeons and Dragons down there, both sessions, the teen session and the youth section, so. Yeah.
That's very appropriate.
And thank you to Ethan for picking up those rolling dividers, they look great down there. Excuse me. And that, anybody have any questions on that?
Are you working with Jen Blackburn on getting rid of that?
So she came down to look at me, but I haven't heard anything more from her.
She's, I think, out of town for a while, but I think it was originally a recreation department thing,
Mm.
wasn't it?
So I know,
the wrestling,
Yeah,
oh, actually. I
or was it a
don't
school?
No.
It was just a
Completely
job,
separate.
yeah.
It was a school.
Well,
it was a
was a
school thing.
But it was not fully school endorsed either. They
Yeah.
were a separate club.
So it wasn't the town recreation or the school?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, I know.
I guess I'm really.
But do we know who originally purchased them?
I have no idea.
Oh,
I know.
Well, Tom, what was his name?
Strudwick.
He had the first club, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was there for a while and then, I don't know where he went.
Mhm.
If somebody else came in. I don't know.
Yeah, another guy took over. But I don't know about that.
Yeah,
Some of the equipment that was down there, that was, I think, that did belong to the recreation department. Okay,
there's a
but
lot.
I think it's
they
they
took,
moved like
yeah,
those shelves and stuff, they
yeah.
were removed.
Rich Brenner took those. Things that were supposed to go to Mike Cooper or whatever.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, they took those out. Yeah,
They're-
yeah,
okay, they're gone.
they're gone.
Okay,
They're-
good.
Yeah, that made a big difference, thank you.
I think she came with one of the teachers at the high school and they were looking at what they'd want to rescue for their uses. So,
I haven't
I
heard
know.
anything from that.
yeah, it was a couple
Okay.
months ago.
So, yeah,
And there's obviously a lot of paint and shelving and tiles and stuff
that's, yeah.
that went into this building back there too.
The storage.
And the Friends little books are down there.
So, but that's where we are with that. Any other questions?
So you're going to be hiring a dumpster, renting a
I
dumpster?
know, we thought y'all were gonna do that for the mats. We thought the town was gonna do that.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like, was that a couple.
From whom? I wasn't part of a conversation yet. I'm willing to be.
Yeah, I wanna say Jen said, or, oh, was it, there's somebody else who came, who said the town would be getting the dumpster. Which I took to mean the, but,
But I would like to form a basement working group if we could, to see what we could do with, fixing up the place and what we wanted to do.
I remember was it a couple meetings ago, we talked about somebody initially, I don't know if it was Eddie, somebody was gonna come and do like a walkthrough of the basement and
Right.
talk about getting it up to code and stuff. Did that ever happen? Okay, do we have like a report from that or anything in writing, or it was more just verbal? Okay,
But we are grateful for that space.
I'd just be curious, like. With this work group, maybe he could be a part of it or like get whatever feedback was given during that initial, like, I don't know, I feel like that's a good place to start.
Whereas I know he gave us a. That was thumbs
the
up,
just a
we're
thumbs up.
fine, We're fine.
yeah, we never got anything about the maximum occupancy or anything, did we? We didn't.
Yeah, I feel
no.
like, okay,
We probably want to have that.
yes. Just think it's a,
I'll ask him to give you a written report.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Cisco brought up gutters the other day at the town board meeting, and it's like they're gonna move forward with those. And
The
the,
strategy
I don't know.
would be, I don't know if it's appropriate to say, but Danielle Casaza has passed away
Oh,
just this week.
oh, I knew that she was
Really?
not doing well, so that's why Jen was out of town.
Hmm.
Oh,
Oh,
darn.
yeah, so Eddie. I don't know what any plans are, but. They
Right,
live in,
that's
they
why
live
Jen
in
would-
California.
Yeah, Jen was out of town.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very sad. Hard. And she was going to go for another experimental,
darn.
hopefully treatment in Texas. Just before, yeah, so
So just this week, you mean?
I think so, yeah, I just heard about it this week. She fought so hard,
Mhm.
so sad, and she has 3 children,
I know.
and a husband.
Anyway.
Nice.
Young. Yeah. Mm.
You can
So might
keep-
not have
you can
contacts
keep
for a
that
little
out of the
while.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's good to know so that we know, like, if can't get in touch with them, so.
So the strategy on the gutters is going to be not to just clean them out, because that would mean renting, you know, a cherry picker or something. The strategy would be to hire someone to do gutter helmet, what is it called?
Yeah,
but yeah,
the
the
gutter-
fund gutters.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cover, so that they don't, and in which case the person would have to clean out the gutters and then
then
put.
cap them.
right,
then
yeah.
put the cap, yeah.
So that's the strategy, and Brian Walsh said he would look into finding a vendor to do that.
Okay.
And you might wanna nail Bobby Koch down to a specific, I know you asked it at the meeting, but there is on the grate that is not a concern, there is a 2x2 hole in the pavement. Which is now getting bigger, because the
So
entire thing is collapsing around the box.
Where's that one? That's, so the one with the orange barrel is here,
There's one here,
that one,
there's one next to
there.
the sidewalk over here, and there's one directly across from that along the fence line.
and
That's the one.
that's the one,
Yes,
okay,
which had previously not been a concern. Is now a concern.
right, okay.
That should be that probably is an easy Carl fix. With just some cold patch.
So it's really just the asphalt around it that's caving in or something?
Yes,
I'll look at it on my way out. If it's not too dark.
Is there anything else for facilities? We don't have any marketing updates. And the only update, like I said, was the one I shared earlier for Claire. So I guess we can move on to policy review.
So we are revisiting the policy we worked on before for the use of space. The largest changes, or really the only ones I should say, are of significance, are that I attended a training from Hudson and one from the New York State Library. We are not allowed to prohibit political messaging. The only bounds on that are the same ones in the First Amendment. They can't be inflammatory, and we figure you don't need to necessarily specify that, especially because we will have what Mid-Hudson in particular, Rebecca has urged, which is to have this one clause that says posting is at the discretion of the director. And that will give us a lot of cover so that if something is perhaps, I believe, for example, if somebody was posting images of roadkill and saying, is this your pet? So while that is technically protected, it is perhaps in bad taste. And so the director would have, yeah, it was not fun. But the woman apparently was very, very sincere about it, which made everything extra uncomfortable. We're just like, oh, is this your pet? We perhaps would not want dead animal images in the library. So Deanne would have authority to say, well, just take that down, actually. Okay. So that's what that's there for. That's what the removal. And then Deanne and I spoke, and we really, yeah. Oh yes, Deanna and I spoke, and we really don't use the library for exhibits, especially third-party ones or second party, I suppose. So we were thinking we could just remove that section. We just won't have this library space for exhibit space. I think really what it was in the past was when we collaborated with other programs, they would sometimes hang photos from an artist or something. And since we're not really doing that, you know, fine if we want to revisit this and say we will, but in the meantime, if we're not actively searching that out, why have it in the policy? And if we're not gonna have it in the policy, we don't need the request to put up an exhibit, and we don't need the request to remove one.
We don't have space.
Yeah, there's just
Don't
no.
have space in there.
Yeah,
Wasn't that what all these rails were put up for? We can hang them.
I don't know.
We had an art show here.
Yeah. The only thing I remember was
Photography
the
show
stuff with the Historical Society a few times, but
and a coordination with that group on the way out of town.
John North.
the Durst, yeah.
Oh,
We don't have space. in
Yeah,
there.
no.
It was what
Yeah, I
people
mean,
were-
it's not, we can't hang things that high.
Yeah, especially
I
with
have a question about this policy.
yes.
So, apologies to Ethan and Jenna and Annie, because when I was doing the minutes today from the last meeting, my notes said that we approved this at the last meeting, and I think I put, approved it with some changes. Was I wrong about that, or is this reflective of what we approved last time with the changes that we discussed?
This is reflective of those changes and then additional changes.
Okay,
After
On top of-
Annie's class.
got it.
Yeah.
So
Or your
we'll
training.
we'll
Right.
probably want to approve it again. Is where we're headed. Cool. Thank you. Thanks. I thought I made a mistake and wrote down the wrong policy, but got it. That was my only question on the policy. I did look at the changes.
And then we also have the one from Mid Hudson, Rebecca needs this to have a majority, a quorum of libraries to approve this new free direct access plan or this policy in order to enact it. So she asked if anybody could vote on it this month to do it, if they would mind.
Could you explain that again? I read through this document very quickly and I really don't understand it. Are you saying that Rebecca is asking us to approve this?
She needs a quorum of member libraries, boards to approve this policy. For it to be enacted or for them to get to be in compliance. For us to be in compliance, for the Mid Hudson system to be in compliance. So she's asked member libraries to, if their boards could possibly look at this and approve it. And then I can report back to her that we approved it, that the board approved it. And it's a,
this is blanket, every library in the Mid-Hudson system
Correct.
is getting this exact same
yes,
policy to approve or
right,
not.
or not approved.
Okay.
And we've had this before.
Correct.
This is updated regularly.
This is nothing new. This is
So
just,
this is for the next basically chunk of time between 2027 and 2031. So it's to replace whatever's expiring this year.
right, right.
Um,
I wish they would send a red line. That's-
Mm. yeah.
But that's
good
okay.
point.
We
That's no
should
problem.
start. Can we just go back for a second? Could I make, because they should be separate.
Yes,
May I please make a motion to approve the use of space policy as presented to the trustees at tonight's meeting?
I'll make that motion.
Who made that?
It's Venus. Oh, Trish.
Trish,
You need a
thanks.
second? Or she's seconding you because you made the motion.
I know. Yeah, I made it and Trish is seconding. Thank you.
Okay. And then this will be, then the date will be changed, adopted July 21st, 2026.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions or comments about the direct access plan before we vote? We need a motion to, so does this require a different kind of vote, you said, or no, this is just the same?
Yeah, just to do accept,
Okay.
make a motion to accept. The Mid-Hudson plan.
Can I?
So-
Can I make a motion? Okay, so I'll make a motion to approve the Mid-Hudson Library System Plan of Service for 2027 to 2031. Their free direct access plan.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
That's the only other, those are the two policies, right? Or is there anything else?
Just one quick note, since we've had to play in some cases, legal catch up and just in general catch up pretty fast with a lot of these policies. At least one of which I believe it's the patron code of conduct, needs to be reviewed every single year. So what Deanna and I were talking about was
Mhm.
that this year we'll use it to get, everything we've got and what's missing, hopefully on the books. And then we were thinking if the board would be on board. Every year, we just take one chunk per month, look through each one. And that way we just have this standing rotation where everything is getting reviewed within a timely manner.
All policies that we
Yeah.
need to have done.
So all the ones that are specific, that specifically need to be reviewed once a year, you mean, or just all of them in
It's-
general?
It is hard to tell which one specifically, because I believe the language usually used is once every 5 years or more frequently as the law dictates.
Mm,
And it has been hard to find exactly which law they mean.
okay,
So what Deanna and I were thinking was just to be safe.
Yeah.
And since we won't have to do this massive, like, oh, this thing is 15 years old. We won't have to do that kind of a heavy update. It can just be, hey, here are the 3 policies in this section in January. Does everything still look good? And then we'll just pop the reviewed, or if there is something that needs to be updated, we can do a quick little edit. So I just wanted to give you all a heads up on that.
is there any old business?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm looking.
Yeah.
So 3 people look. Any progress on the HR front?
I have not heard back from the attorney, so I'm not, and I would really like to get us, an HR assistant.
In progress.
Something help us out.
The
Deanne, I did not hear what you said.
I have not heard back from, Allison had suggested that we contact our attorney to see if they had, like an employee handbook or, some guidance on that. I never heard back from them. So we're back with the HR, firm that did contact it. And I've heard really good things from local libraries who've used them, the immediate, libraries in this area have used them and have had really good things to say about them, so. The one
So,
that,
yeah, so I'm sorry, what does that mean? So there's an HR firm and what's our plan?
so we, Mid-Hudson had worked with this firm called Visions HR. They negotiated a 30% discount for all member libraries because they were really impressed with what they did, and they review policies, they have different levels of service that they offer. But I would really like to engage them if possible to help us with our employee handbook. We've got some retirement system things that we can get going, and I don't know how to do that. So there's some very important things that we could use their help with.
So what would the next step be on that? Do they have a written proposal or a dollar amount?
They do. There was two versions. I think one was 1,600 and one was 3,600. I believe the 3,600 is they're on retainer and they'll look over all your policies and then you can call with any questions for the year. And that number's, I'm not sure if that's an absolute correct number, but something like that. But that was, I showed you those policies. It was like 3 or 4 months ago, but I can get that information, but we just need to decide if we were going to pursue that or the attorney. So
Do we know what part of the budget that would come out of?
no, miscellaneous. We did miscellaneous.
10%. Ted, did you have something?
I do. I looked it up. The library hired a firm called Choice Words. And
That was under miscellaneous?
and I hired it last year. I was under the impression that the last $500 was not going to have to be paid, but it turns out it did have to be paid. And that's where the 500 for the miscellaneous came out of.
Thank you.
Well, we move, I'm ready to go forward with this HR. I'm the first one who threw the monkey wrench in. You guys have been suggesting it from the beginning. My apologies. It's in the April binder. While we continue with old business, can you look at that briefly and make your suggestion as to which one originally would go at? Here you go.
Oh, let me actually, I can look it up online. I have it online too.
In the April binder at the end. Because there were two different options.
You had other points there?
Strategic plan, shockingly, people don't want to volunteer.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't think it has anything to do with the library per se. It's just nobody wants to volunteer for just about anything. So I am still looking for people. I'm trying to do individual contacts through the summer because people are so busy and try to get a set of names to go by September.
Okay.
So that's that. I have 2.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Oh, and me, 3. I got 3.
did you loop Kiri in or no?
Yeah, she's one of them.
Oh, that's good.
All right.
Me, Carrie, and one more. And I said last month I would reach out to Chris Drago, Mid Hudson Library System, and Rebecca. I did. I will.
Oh, good.
Still on my list of things.
Oh, I'm
Did
sorry.
you-
You said you did not. Is that what you said?
I
You
did not.
Okay, but
Not
it's on your radar. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Could I be part of it?
Of the yes,
Yeah, put me on.
I got 4.
Oh, yeah, because you're the director, you should definitely be.
Yeah.
I would love a member of the Friends. You've been on it the last 2 times, and I have a feeling you don't want to do it
Can you
again.
volunteer, friend?
No, but somebody else might want to.
If you could bring it up to the Friends group, they do not have to be a resident of Pine Plains.
Right,
I will say for everybody's edification, it was suggested by Rebecca that they be members, community members, townspeople of Pine Plains. I disagree with that wholeheartedly, as long as the majority of them live in Pine Plains. Because there's people like Lois and Vicky
I'm
that are
thinking like.
huge members
Yeah.
of this library and this community, as long as they're not a majority. That's my suggestion.
That's fair.
Board application. Do we move forward on that?
I don't have access to the board. I think, was it decided that you wanted the applications to go to the BOT email address or to the
Director.
director? Okay, so I don't have access to the director one. We just have to make a copy of it so that any applicants go to you.
Mhm.
And then we can just put it on the website. Super easy, but I can't get in because I'm not the director.
So BOT doesn't go anywhere right now, or do you, somebody have
So-
to check it?
I think that was the issue.
Yeah, so Ethan made the form,
Oh,
but right now if anybody answers it, it goes to him.
so it's on the
So-
website.
It's not up yet, I
I
don't
think
think.
it's up yet.
No,
Okay.
so I have the link. All we have to do is get your director email to make a copy of it. So that we can publish that and
Okay.
then
We'll-
you get the,
we'll-
yes,
we'll-
we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll figure it out.
You got your HR?
I do. So it's $300 a month. With that, you get unlimited questions and answers, phone or email related to employee relations, wage and hour, other miscellaneous HR topics. You also get an HR compliance audit. You get employee handbook, you give live sexual harassment prevention training, discounted hourly or project work. And some other things, but ad hoc FSLA position analysis, or what some of that is. Complimentary pass-through multiple website postings for hourly entry-level positions, okay. But there was another version of it that I thought was just $1,600, but I don't see that on this particular one.
The $1,600 was just the employee
I think-
handbook.
Yeah,
And then that would be it.
that would be,
The $300 is in perpetuity until we just decide not to use them. But you're suggesting the $300, because at this point we have more staff, we have
Yeah.
more obligations,
Yeah,
so it would be $3,600 a year.
uh. I'll make a motion. Nobody else has questions.
Nope.
Patrick?
No. Yeah, no. I guess the only question is, if you're leaning towards the retainer, I would just wanna make sure what our out is, that it's not an automatic renewal, or can we, sometimes in a perfect world, if God forbid you're getting, terrible service for the first 3 months, you can say, I'm canceling this now. But so let's just take a look at that contract. If that's the one that we're going for. If we're going for the one-off 1,600 thing, it is what it is.
In the retainer, it states auto renewal after 1 year with 60 days cancellation notice. Additional service including not limited to blah, 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 based on hourly fee.
Okay.
So we do have an out. It sounds like this retainer, based off what I'm seeing, is for 1 year of service.
Okay. I don't
Which
have any
gives
more
us the
questions.
handbook, right?
Right.
Because that's
Yep.
part of the service
Mhm.
and all the other stuff that comes with it.
And I think, especially for just starting out, I think having all those other resources and connections is really helpful, so.
I'm ready to hear your motion,
I
Ethan.
will make a motion to enter into services with Visions, Human Resources Services. In the amount of $300 per month.
I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Hey,
Aye.
Ethan, something went off the old business list and has gone to accomplished.
Oh,
Congratulations.
yeah, there you go. Love it. Do we have any new business?
There is.
I do.
Oh,
I
okay.
do too. Go ahead, Patrick.
Last meeting, I think we asked Janine if you could get on the town board agenda something sort of in the minutes or something formal, giving us permission to use the basement space. Is that something that can happen soon, or is that something that has already happened?
Already happened.
Thank you, Janine.
You're
Thank you.
At the June meeting, right? It was last month.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't here,
Yep.
so.
Ted?
Okay, you had a special meeting to override the tap. I assume it passed.
It did pass. I have minutes. I haven't prepared them yet. It passed by a supermajority vote.
Okay, how is that going to be communicated to the controller's office?
I will follow up with Claire. As of right now, all I know is that Madeline has to provide the paperwork, so our petition with signatures and then our vote to override the cap goes to the
Not-
Board of
not-
Elections.
The cap also has to go to the New York State Controller's Office.
Right, yeah, I don't have an answer to that. I don't know if anyone else does, but
Okay, because
I will ask Claire.
So we need the special meeting minutes ASAP with the specific language.
Yeah,
And that needs to be sent to Comptroller DiNapoli
okay,
ASAP. Before, well, I don't know.
you
what
have
the
to fill
time-
out a form for it.
Yeah.
There's paperwork involved.
and I think that's what, oh, you weren't here on Saturday. I think
I
that's
was.
what she said.
I think it's-
Yeah,
yeah.
like the actual,
Right.
New York State form. So I think that's all taken care of. It's just a matter of getting it to their office. So yeah.
The library have a copy of that form by any chance? I just realized
So we
it might
made
be useful.
copies.
You already make.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
made copies and left them here. Yeah, I believe
see it.
so.
She gave me a copy of it. I have a copy.
Okay,
Okay,
Oh.
so when you send the
where are
minutes,
the
you can
copies of
send
Patrick?
the copy?
Sure.
I just figure for record keeping.
Yes.
it'd be
That's,
good to have
I think that's why we did that. Yeah.
Okay, awesome,
Okay.
thank you.
And if it's in the minutes, if it's in the minutes verbatim, then we're covered.
Yeah, I just figure sometimes we find that it's helpful, specifically which day did we do this, so if we could just put them all in like one folder.
Sure.
I think the document that I have in front of me is all that they need because it's a state of New York certificate, and it says I, Patrick McMurray, Secretary of the Board, do hereby certify that I compare the annex copy of the resolution adopted on July 18th with the original files of the library. I further certify that all members of the Board of Trustees had due notice of said meeting, and then the resolution itself. Well, I won't read it to you. I'll just send it to you, to all of you.
No, I think it covered
you.
everything. So we just have to forward it along. Okay.
Does it have an amount on it?
Yes, it does. It has the dollar amount.
Yes, $231,000 annually.
Okay. Is that it? Okay, so we're not having an executive session, so someone make a motion to adjourn the meeting
So moved.
at 7:58 PM.
Second.
Nice.
Aye.
Who made the motion? Who made the motion?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ruth
Ruth
and